What you say and your words are creating separation between you and your manifestations. This isn't about finding better words to ask, but it's about using words that acknowledge what's already true. And Neville Goddard understood this when he taught about that your consciousness is God. But most people completely misunderstand what that actually means. And so when you use these exact words from what I'm about to share from his lectures, you shift your identity from seeker to creator, collapsing time and making manifestation instant. And so today, I'm going to show you exactly what these words are and why they work when everything else has failed. But first, you have been lied to. Everything you think you know about manifestation, complete lie. But before I tell you about what this biggest lie is, if you would like to work with me on how to apply the one neurological principle to attract high-paying clients, double your business revenue, and finally feel in control, click on the link below and just watch how it works. Now, the biggest lie is that you need to communicate your desires to the universe. Really think about that. You need to communicate your desires to the universe. If you are constantly trying to explain what you want to the universe, what are you actually saying? Well, you're saying, hey universe, I don't have this thing. Can I have some? Can you please give it to me? Like you're a beggar. And in that moment, you've created separation between you and your desire. It's like texting your friend, saying, hey, can you call me? While they are literally sitting next to you. It's crazy. But this is exactly what most people do with manifestation. And let me tell you something funny. Every time someone thinks their manifestation isn't working, it's actually working perfectly. They just don't understand the mechanics of reality. Now, Neville, he understood something profound that most spiritual teachers completely miss. In his lectures, he stopped talking about asking entirely towards like the later lectures. Instead, he focused on a simple but revolutionary concept. Your consciousness is God. Not connected to God, not a piece of God, but literally God experiencing itself through you. Call it God, call it source, whatever it is to you. But here's where it gets interesting. If your consciousness is God, then who exactly are you talking to when you are asking for something? Listen very carefully. You are talking to yourself. It's like calling your own phone number and leaving yourself a voicemail asking for something you already have in your pocket. Completely backwards. You're talking to yourself. Let's get scientific for a moment. Your nervous system is already connected to universal intelligence, God. There's an intelligence within you that's organizing trillions of functions every second. It's keeping your heart beating, digesting your food, pumping blood throughout your entire system, repairing your DNA, all without you having to think about these functions. Now, this same intelligence is what creates worlds, galaxies, universes, creatures, animals, whatever. And you think you need to explain to it what you want? Come on. It's like trying to explain to Google how to search. Google already knows how to search. That's literally what it does. Similarly, the universe already knows what you desire before you can even articulate it. But here's what's interesting. And this is where Neville was light years ahead of his time. Man, I feel like he was a time traveler. The universe doesn't just know what you want. It is what you want, experiencing itself through you. When you are in a state of asking, you are creating importance, and importance implies separation in the field. The more you need something, the more you are signaling to your body, you don't have it. Think about this. When you are living by the hormones of stress, constantly needing and wanting, you're telling your body that you're in emergency mode. And in emergency mode, It's literally quite impossible to create. Well, you can, but it's just going to be exhausting. It's going to take a lot of energy. You know, we've been doing it for most of our lives. You know how it is. Creation happens when you move from survival to creation. Okay? But how do you do that? This is where Neville's exact words come in. Words that acknowledge the truth of your being rather than reinforcing separation. In his later lectures, particularly after the 1960s, I think, I don't know, he began using a specific language pattern that completely transforms the manifestation process. Now, listen carefully. Instead of asking, he used what I call acknowledgement language. Here are the exact words, and lock in now. This is so important. I remember when. That's it. Those 3 words change everything. Instead of saying, I want this, or please give me that, you say, I remember when I didn't have this. See the difference? You're not asking for anything. You are already acknowledging that you already have it by remembering when you didn't. I remember when I used to struggle with money. While you're still struggling. Okay? It sounds crazy, but this is exactly how reality works. Let me explain carefully. When you say, I remember when, you are not denying your current reality. You are transcending it. Okay? Big difference. You are transcending your current reality. You are speaking from a higher point of view where your desire is already fulfilled. Looking back at your current reality or current situation as a memory. This isn't positive thinking or affirmations. This is a fundamental shift in your relationship with time and reality itself. This is like parallel realities or timeline shifting, but that's a whole nother video. But let me explain why this works on a quantum level, okay? In the quantum field, all possibilities already exist simultaneously. There is a version of you who already has everything you desire. That version is just as real as the version of you sitting here watching this video. And when you use the words, I remember when, you are literally collapsing time and bringing your future, that version of you, into your present awareness now. And since your awareness is what creates your reality, your external world has no choice but to reorganize itself to match this new awareness. All you're doing is changing the channel on your TV, right? All channels already exist in your TV at the same time. But you can only experience the one that you are tuned into. I remember when is the remote control that changes the channel of your reality. Now, you might be thinking, but if I already have it, why would I desire it? That is the paradox that Neville addressed in his later lecture. Desire isn't about wanting what you don't have. It is about, listen carefully, recognizing what's already yours. Think about it like this. When you are really thirsty, okay, you desire water. But the desire of water doesn't create the water. The water already exists. Your desire simply guides you to what's already there. Similarly, your desires aren't random. They are signals pointing you to the versions of reality that already exist in the quantum field. The key is to desire without asking, to acknowledge the fulfillment of your desire as an already accomplished fact. Now, Neville's teaching that most people would miss is that you need, okay, this is so important, you need to surrender the details while maintaining the essence of your desire. What does that mean? Most people get caught up in the how of manifestation, right? They try to control every detail of how their desire will come to them. You know what? I'm going to purchase a scratchy or a lotto card, and that is how I'm going to get my $1 million, but I just did a manifestation technique. That is another form of separation. But when you say, I remember when, you are not specifying how your desire manifested. Okay? You are simply acknowledging that it did. This allows the universe, which, remember, is your own consciousness expanded, to bring your desire to you in ways that might be far better than what you could have imagined. Better and easier. Oh, one of my clients wanted to manifest a specific amount of money for a payment on a house. Instead of focusing on how the money would come, she simply said, I remember when I was still trying to save for a down payment. And guess what? 2 weeks later, her parents called to tell her that they had previously set up a trust fund for her years ago that actually matured. Now, there was more than enough money that she needed for a down payment. Okay? She got a down payment of the house and more. Now, she didn't manifest the money through the channels she expected. Okay? A raise, a promotion, a side hustle, a side business. It came in a completely unexpected way that was far easier and more graceful. Most manifestation teachings focus on the future. They tell you to visualize what you want as if it's already happening in some distant tomorrow. But Neville's approach is different. By using I remember when, you're not projecting into the future. You are bringing the future into your present awareness as a memory. This is crucial because your subconscious mind doesn't understand time. It only understands now. And when you remember something, you are experiencing it now, even if the event happened in the past. Okay? Your mind doesn't know what is a real experience and one that is being created by thought alone. And so by remembering your desire as already fulfilled, what are you telling your subconscious mind? That it's already done. Okay? And since your subconscious mind creates your reality, it has no choice but to serve it to you in a silver platter. So when you use the words I remember when, something fascinating happens to your body. Your nervous system begins to relax. Your heart normalizes. Your brain shifts from high beta stress to alpha creation or even theta. This is because you're no longer in a state of wanting or needing. You're in a state of having. And this biological shift is what allows manifestation to happen instantly. Remember, reality is not a physical game. It is a mental and spiritual game. And so when you understand this, you realize that trying to change things through physical action alone is like trying to change a TV programming by rearranging your furniture in the room. But the moment you shift from survival mode to creation mode, something amazing happens in your body. You move from living from the hormones of stress to living from the hormones of creation. And you might be thinking, but what if I say I remember when and nothing happens? Well, this is where most people get it wrong. That means you are still looking for external evidence before you believe. And that's the old model of reality. Okay? Remember, proof follows belief, not the other way around. It's like demanding to see muscles before going to the gym. And that's not how it works. The proof comes after the commitment to the frequency. Your body, which has become the mind of your past emotions, it's not going to go down without a fight. It's not going to go down easily. It is going to crave those familiar feelings of stress, worry, anxiety, struggle that you've actually memorized on maybe a day-to-day basis. It's going to send you thoughts like, this isn't working, I need to see results first, maybe I should try something else. And that's the moment people quit or they move into a new technique. But you need to remember, these thoughts aren't yours. They are the old programming trying to maintain control. Now, Neville understood better than anyone. You're not manifesting anything new. You are simply becoming aware of what already exists. Your consciousness is the only reality. And everything else is a shadow, a reflection of what you believe to be true. And so when you say, I remember when, you're not creating something out of nothing. You are simply shifting your awareness to a version of reality where your desire is already fulfilled. This is why it works so effortlessly. You're not fighting against reality, but you're aligning with a reality that already exists. So, my friend, the choice is yours. You can stay in the 98% of the people who keep living by the hormones of stress, constantly asking and separating themselves from their desires. Or you can step into 2% who understand the laws and create reality from a new state of being. And remember, your higher self already contains the blueprint for your perfect manifestation. Your nervous system is already connected to universal intelligence. You don't need to ask for what you want. You only need to acknowledge what's already yours. And the exact words that make manifestation instant, remember, is "I remember when." Use them words wisely, use them consistently, and watch as your reality transforms before your eyes. But if you are ready to fully step into your desired reality, to break free from your old frequency, your old self once and for all, I only work with 5 clients a month to help them do exactly that. Link is in the description. One last thing, you don't need to be high frequency all the time. You just need to be real with yourself. And the most real thing you can acknowledge is that what you already desire is already yours.